So before we do Hacker Replay, this is the last one that's going to go up for the season. By the time it comes out, it'll already be the new season. But something very interesting to note, which is pretty depressing. We all know that this has been the worst season ever for cheating. Normally, I receive about 5,000 submissions a season. Yeah, for Hacker Replay this season, just from CJAX alone, we received over 10,000 submissions in 3 months. That is on average like 800 to 900 submissions a week. And majority of those are just blatantly obvious cheaters. So that's how bad cheating has been. And that's definitely like a record for how many submissions I've ever gotten in a season span, which is fucked. And then, speaking of which, we are going to start watching some matches. All right, in this match, we have 2 people being accused. We have the Cringer.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Oh my god, I have never had that on. Okay, we had the Cringer who's accusing Ozzy, and I'm Vamps. These are the first 2 cheaters being accused. And if I'm not mistaken, it should be kind of obvious, but we'll watch and see. Wait, submissions did the Getting Hackers ban stream with UB get? I don't know. I don't know if I actually checked that. That one, I probably got a lot then. I would have guessed, like, just probably over 1,000 submissions just for that one Hacker Replay alone, if not more. Okay, so far I'm not seeing much. These 2 are trying to maybe work together. Oh, there we go. I'm not seeing anything so far. I thought this was going to be obvious, but it actually looks somewhat decent right now. Let's see how he swings this, though. He did follow whoever that was through the wall, but I think that was coincidental. And then he dies. Imagine being a Twitch and not getting a single Goyo, which I don't think they've gotten yet. I'm gonna say his aim seems really weird. Like, this doesn't seem like a great player right off the bat. That Twitch. She kind of seemed lost. And apparently this is a champ lobby? But maybe they were just caught off guard. They're definitely together because they're looking at each other and like signaling each other or like shaking. They're definitely friends. Ibana sprinting across the map, not checking a single thing, has me wondering. I mean, I guess we could check. She has her drone in model room, and Buck has his drone in the same spot. They're just assuming that it's clear. I don't know. And then he dies. Okay, well. Still not really seeing anything. Again, this is apparently champ. I guess that is the one thing I've seen. Is that apparently this is champ and the guy looks like he's gold or less. This Buck also seemed to have... Okay, his recoil seems a little weird. Not his control, but... Okay, I wasn't sure. It looked like one times that his bullets were going somewhere different, but they were actually went to the right place. His control does seem somewhat decent though. Like it was still bad. It was shaky, but like normally people are really bad at the C8. Classic 2.0 champs. I mean, it could be, but they don't even seem like 2.0 champs. Like 2.0 champs usually at least have somewhat decent aim or awareness. This guy seems kind of lost for the most part. I'm curious if he'll open up above. Like, he's Buck. You know, you kind of want him to open up holes above so that people are flushed out of positions, but instead of that, he's just been holding a window, and now he's going to walk down the stairs. Also, Dokubi apparently just died. I don't even... She just collapses. No kill feed, no nothing. She just falls over dead. Okay. Still nothing. My gold lobbies look sweatier than this. Yeah, apparently this is champ, though. I don't remember. I think this was ranked. It doesn't say anymore, which is really annoying. It used to say at the top unranked or ranked. Okay. I think this is preemptive, I know. I think they are cheating. If this is ranked, I think they're cheating because this guy's not supposed to be in champ lobbies. No one who is a decent player would use Blackbeard's gadget to break this barricade. Vaulting through and breaking through would just be better because you don't waste the gadget and it does the exact same thing. Maybe there's something I don't know where like maybe your gun or your shield is in a better position if you like bash through instead of break through, but I don't think there is. The Aussie guy also seems to know that Goyo is down here, even though he has no reason to. Goyo's slow walking, and he's shooting at him through the wall, waiting for him. Yeah, I think they're definitely cheating. Because, like, there's no way he should have known he was there, and the Blackbeard just seems so lost. I'll actually watch his perspective on that fight. His aim is so bad. Oh, yeah, and the gadget does slow you, and it makes you unable to shoot as well. You're right, there probably would be zero reason for Blackbeard to ever use that. I know it's a little buggy because of the, goo, but I think they're for sure cheating. He just went from like zero knowledge of where anyone is, and now in this round he's not even checking like behind the maps table, because normally if you push on the stairs you'd be worried about someone being over here. He didn't even look there. He was just looking here and here. There's no way they end up losing this, right? It's a 3v1 and one of them has cheats. Yeah, no, he's definitely cheating. This goes to overtime. Yeah, so somehow this goes to overtime. I assume Aussie is just going nuclear now to make sure they don't lose. So far, the Blackbeard from last round, the only kill he got was as Blackbeard, and this is 3 rounds later. What are they doing? He is looking right at everyone through the wall, so he is for sure cheating. Like, his positioning and aim is so ass, but he knows where everyone is. How'd they let it go to overtime with cheats? I don't know. He must have... He left and came back because he's now in a different position. He was the second blue person, now he's the first blue person, which means that he left and came back. He's pre-firing like crazy. He's not even worried about the Deimos behind him. It is dumb of Deimos to slow peek this while being tracked because it's going to let him know when he's there, but obviously the mute should not be able to react this quick in terms of like knowing when he's about to swing because the Deimos track is slow to update, but he's definitely walling. What I want to know is if I'm Vamp's guy is also cheating because he's 2 and 5. Let's fast forward. I don't think we have to watch Ozzy anymore. We know he's cheating. I just want to see if I'm Vamps does anything. He is lagging out. What are the odds that he's using the lag exploits? Which is still cheating, but I'm trying to understand why he would have been accused. I'll look it up after. Okay, I already finished it. It says in the file that they were just queued together, which we knew because they were talking to each other. But also the mute that you guys just watched in that round and how he played has a 60% win rate with a 1.7 KD in 200 matches. We do have their real names, so I can show you their stats. Their current rank is Silver 2. Their top rank is Emerald. They are currently 2300 RP. They were at 3900 RP. How do you guys think they lost almost 1700 MMR? Let's find it. Rollback, -300. Rollback, -1451. He lost 1751 MMR from rollback in one day, basically. And he didn't get banned. This leads me into my talking point. People have been complaining about something that Ubisoft has in the works, that they acknowledged is in the works, but it's not out yet. Is that they are looking to start banning people for queuing with cheaters. And this is why they want to do it. This guy, he himself is cheating, but he clearly is playing with enough cheaters that he got 1751 MMR rolled back. This guy, banned for cheating. This guy, banned for cheating. This guy, banned for cheating. Played 11, 26, 44 encounters with each of them. He should be banned for being associated with cheaters, but he's not. So what they want to implement, I think it's coming out in the next season, is that if you play more than, I don't think we got actual numbers from Ubi, but if you play more than X amount of matches with a cheater, you will get banned. So it prevents people from getting boosted. It prevents people from playing with cheaters willingly and just leaving it because they don't care. Because normally if you play with a cheater, you only get banned for 2 weeks. Now they're going to make it a permanent ban. So this guy should be banned because he has played so many with cheaters, but he's not. And as you can tell, he is intentionally like tanking his KD. He's got a 0.95, but he was blatantly walling. I would assume if we look at matches, he probably goes on some days super positive, a 3 KD across 18 matches. And then probably on another day, he's going to go negative, 0.76 across 4 matches, 0.64 in 2. So like he is intentionally tanking his KD, as you can tell. In this one, he played with his cheater friend and just went in 0 and 6. Like I think he intentionally killed himself 6 times to tank his KD. That way he doesn't get stat banned. But starting next season, he will get banned just for playing with cheaters. And then the other person, I'm Vamps, is Keys Got Fingered, who is currently in Champ with a 1.6 KD, even though he looks like a complete bot. I'm surprised he played with this guy so much, but I guess they didn't have overlap with other cheaters. What I want to know is how did he get this high while sucking? Like he's playing with cheaters, one cheater at least, this guy. But what about everyone else? Like is this guy cheating? Let's see. Never played before, immediate top 1% player. Played with a ton of cheaters. Yeah, so this guy's probably cheating too. So he's just getting boosted by a bunch of different cheaters. So next season he'll get permanently banned for that, which is good. And then to answer the questions, because it actually just came in from chat as I was about to say it, which I don't know how people get so confused about this, but the wording constantly being used everywhere is that if you queue with a cheater, if you party with a cheater, you will get permanently banned. And people are like, but what if a cheater happens to be on my team? You're not queued with them. I think that's pretty easy to explain. Hopefully people get it. Because people are like, oh, but I don't want to get banned if I accidentally play with a cheater. You're not, like, it's not going to happen. Unless you intentionally queue with a cheater for like 20 matches, you're not going to get banned. And then people were making the argument where they're like, well, I can't tell if people are cheating on my team. They're like, I just play the game. I'm not paying attention if they're cheating. It's like, it's so easy to tell. We do random queues all the time, and we get cheaters on our team, and it's so easy to tell if someone's cheating. I don't think I've ever struggled to be like, oh, I don't know if my teammate's cheating or not. It's usually like, nope, yeah, they're cheating. It's pretty blatant. And like we watch like 2 rounds in and we know. It's not hard to tell. But anyways. Oh wow, yeah, we do have a lot of canals today. And every match is ranked. We're gonna move on to the next game. We do have Border. When you have 1,000+ hours, no shit. Again, I understand that like our experience will allow us to know cheaters more or like see cheaters better than other people, but like if you play 10 matches with a guy and he goes 15-0 every single match and every kill cam that shows him is like him tracking people and you still can't tell, I'm sorry, you probably deserve the ban at that point. You're just willfully ignorant. It is not hard to tell. Like, literally watch any end of round kill cam in a cheater match, and one of those will be very suspicious. It is not hard to tell. I do think at the end of the day, people, I'm not saying that you're saying this, but I do think people will come up with any excuse to just be like, well, I couldn't tell it was a cheater, I should be unbanned. It's like, bro, you can tell. If you can play with a cheater for a long time and never notice, then you're just being willfully ignorant. There's always the chance that someone could hide it super, super well, but I doubt those cases will ever be common. Because people are always saying that as well. They're like, well, like, what if they're very subtle and, like, hide it super well? It's like, bro, how often are people who are super subtle, like, getting caught cheating in the first place, let alone getting banned for it? Like, I don't know. I think people will come up with any excuse. So that's why overall I'm a big fan of the change if they implemented this season. I do think banning people for getting boosted is important because probably one of the #1 issues as to why there's so many cheaters right now is because people are willing to pay for boosts. If you make it where they can pay for boosts and they just get permanently banned after, they're not going to do it anymore. That's going to destroy like cheater economy, which is great. That's exactly what we want. Okay, next match. We have Egoist, maybe, who's accusing Shaduzba and Ronnie. Apparently, Shaduzba is just good old-fashioned cheats, walls, aimbot probably, and then Ronnie is apparently an exploiter. So, and right off the bat, you can tell that Shaduzba is probably cheating because he does the classic 360 at the beginning of the round where he spins around, looks for all the enemies. But if he's running towards the side where no one spawned. With his movement and his seeming confusion, I'm gonna guess that he probably is cheating off the bat. This probably won't be hard to tell. Bam. Spin botter. Throwback to when you used to be able to spin bot like crazy and that would make you invincible. You couldn't get headshotted. The super slow peek doesn't get punished. If Ubisoft cared about fixing cheating, they wouldn't be waiting for the next season to roll anything out. They would just do it now. So, this is a very common sentiment in the community. It's, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, a stupid one, an ignorant one. It's ignorant in the sense that you don't understand how development works, let alone game development. I understand the frustration and wanting that. I totally get it. But you can't just roll out an update whenever you want. Even if things are separated, which is how development works as a whole, you can't just like push it out right away because it might break something else. Or it might only work on one version of the game and not another. So you can't just push out any cheat or any anti-cheat stuff right now just to push it out as soon as possible. You do have to wait until everything is ready. The guy did leave, by the way. The doc. He ran out, died, left. Ronnie... Actually, Ronnie did get 2 kills so far. I didn't even notice. He's hiding from the drone. Oh, he's definitely cheating. Oh, we got proof on Ronnie. Look at as he literally walks out just aiming at the Yana. But then misses the 0 for thermite. Where's his second kill? Oh, right there. Okay, so Ronnie cheating. Let's see what Bach is doing. How does this go to 9 rounds? You start cheating here? I mean, I guess I already thought he was cheating with how he was spinning around looking for people. I need more proof. Someone shot's also claiming that the bandit spinning is an FPS dropper, but I don't think that's the case here, because things like FPS drops, like happening a lot, you will see that in the replay. So since the replay looks fine, it is very unlikely that it's actually doing anything. This guy walling like crazy. I think that should be more than enough proof. What I want to know is how it goes to round 9, bro. Is someone on blue team cheating and I just don't know it? Okay, they're cheating and it doesn't even matter because he just fucking lost that fight. Okay, so the cheaters are winning, but barely. Oh, they team kill. Oh, does he trade? He gets down, the frost dies. Oh, no. He doesn't know about the new zombie tech. Oh, and I don't think he ever gets picked up. Oh, no, he does. Oh, no, he doesn't. So that's how they go to overtime. Let's see who ends up winning. Oh, now he's up at 9 kills. Does he just go absolutely full blatant, like running around shooting people through the floor? Does look like, unfortunately, the cheaters do win. Despite all these traps on the defending team. A lot of traps, but also they are, unfortunately, just sitting out in the open. Which this lobby does seem lower ranks. I don't necessarily blame them, but at the same time, if you're dealing with cheaters, just fucking bunker down on site and hide. Actually lost that. Or did he trade? He traded. Let's look up their names. The fact that he is cheating this blatantly without streamer mode is very confident. He was hard stuck gold, now he's in plat with cheats. Could you imagine downloading blatant cheats like aimbot / wall hacks and only going up 1 rank? That would be pretty... That would be a tough pill to swallow. That even with blatant cheats, you are still struggling to rank up. And like, he's winning majority of his games and still gaining extra elo, but he's still struggling to level up or rank up. That is tough for him. Let's find this match and look at the other person. Ronnie is actually... It's a pandy? I don't know. And they only played together probably like a few games. The encountered still doesn't really make any sense. This guy went from... Actually, he was diamond before. He might have been cheating before. and just never got caught, which would be kind of crazy. Pre-rank 2.0, his account was hard stuck gold, which makes me feel like he probably stole this account. A 5-year gap. The name he had 5 years ago is like a very similar name to what he has now. So it's either a stolen account or he just came back and started cheating. If I was cheating and still losing my matches, I would quit. Yeah, I can't get into the mindset of a cheater. Like, I just don't understand how they find it fun. But I agree with you. Like, if I was cheating and I was losing, I would just be like, bro, what is wrong with me? Like, how am I cheating blatantly and not winning? But you have to remember, the people who are doing that, who are cheating and losing, guaranteed they're saying, well, I'm only losing because the other team has cheaters too. Like, if they're losing a gunfight, they're like, they have to be cheating. Throwback to, I made a video out of it. I had a match where I had a very blatant cheater on my team, and he's just like, I'm only blatantly cheating because the enemy team is. And when I was watching it back, I was like, these are just champ players. They're just good. And he's just like, no. And we were in the match, we're arguing about it. I was like, I don't think they're cheating. I think they're just good. And he's like, no one plays this good. They're all cheaters. So they just like, they give themselves this delusion that they're only losing because of cheaters, which is why they cheat. It wouldn't surprise me if he's losing those matches and he's just like, well, it's only because there's other cheaters. If there were no other cheaters and I was the only one, I'd be winning everything. So, all right. Next up, we have a canal match. In this match, we have a cheater who's possibly boosting a friend. Which we have Sean F 2014, who's accusing Debbie Clark. And apparently Debbie Clark is boosting I'm on my period. I mean, I think a lot of cheaters cheat in casual game modes because if it's a free-to-play game like Siege now, they can just make a new account. They don't care. But cheating in ranked and losing is kind of crazy. I assume this person is cheating based off him just sprinting right in. Oh, he might have the old school recoil cheats where it looks like he's shooting the roof, but the bullets are going somewhere else. Because that means for him, he has no recoil, but on our screen, it looks weird. It's either that or he just has really bad recoil control. He's a somewhat bad player because he doesn't know about the whole, if you put the tablet away sooner, you call faster. Or like you have your gun on faster. What the hell is this? Oh. That was cursed castle door. I want to see him try to use SMG-12 again. Oh. He just ran in and died. He's definitely cheating. I just want to see if he has that recoil cheat or not. Wait, is I'm on my period Evan? He's got the Evans like fit. All pink. Looks like they are cute together because they're following each other. Okay, I want to see what his recoil is like here. He's waiting for the vigil to peek. Oh, I think his recoil control is just genuinely bad. Because the bullet did hit the top of the door up here. But I think he's just genuinely terrible. Like, zero recoil control whatsoever. Just let his friend die. Oh. Get a bit better recoil control there. To a gunfight, bro. I want to see your recoil control. It was okay there. I'll watch one more round and then we'll look up his stats. Oh. honestly probably one of the most sane siege reactions. I know people are way worse than that, but he did take damage. Okay, he also does not understand how walls work because he was trying to shoot through. I know it looks buggy, but this is a reinforced wall. And he was just trying to shoot through it. So this guy, I don't think has... Maybe I don't think he's actually played Siege before. Because it does feel like he's like exploring the map for the first time. He doesn't really know where to position himself or what to do. He's being completely blamed. I think he might have also... I think he might have toggled on aimbot. Because his aim before was terrible. But then sometimes his gun doesn't move at all. It's either that or he chose less recoil guns. I don't know. Can't tell. Again, cheating with no streamer mode. Kind of crazy. Previously bronze, now in plat with a 3.5. I know we talked about it a lot last week, but like, they must have just disabled stat bans. Like a 3.5 KD should be an insta ban. And he is boosting I'm on my period, who went from bronze now to gold. I wonder if they've played a lot of matches. I can't see past seasons, or it says all seasons, but I don't know what that actually means. Yeah, he is boosting the hell out of the I'm on my period guy, who was also bronze. Next match we have is Oregon. In this match we have Mr. Cakes, who's accusing the 117. He's got the Pumpkin charm, which I don't know if you guys have heard of. It's the pumpkin with cum on it. He's definitely cheating right off the bat. I'm sorry, but this is the type of shit you would see in your nightmare. Cav running at you like this. Definitely cheating. This guy then pops off. I don't think he accused Vortex of cheating. But I'll watch him just to be safe, because he kills everyone, including the cheater. Actually, that guy got frost matted. That was fine. This guy actually might have just got a very lucky 4K against a cheater as well. Oh, he got frost matted as well. Okay, no, he's fine. Yeah, blatantly cheating. Somehow goes to 6 rounds. Okay, I assume he just... Actually, wait. He dies right away, and then the enemy team still loses, unfortunately. So, you would hope that someone at this level, he's 14 and 4, just running around insta-killing everyone. You would hope he'd be banned somewhat quickly, right? Like, that would be the hope, I think. Let me rewind. I can't tell if he was just shooting through the smoke or not. This guy half looks like a controller player, but also half looks like he's cheating as well. But he was not accused. No, the smoke is fresh. And he was shooting at him through the smoke, but missed. He might have just got lucky. This looks like a controller player. 100%. Okay, so you would hope someone this blatantly obvious is banned because they are, you know, cheating like this. I didn't realize this until I had already started the stream. But then the next day, someone else accuses the same person. In this match, we have Grizzly Pincher, who's accusing the 1 1 again. Still has the same username, but in this match, even though he's cheating, apparently someone on Grizzly's team starts blatantly cheating. So he is still doing the same thing as yesterday, where he's just running in, not droning or checking anything, and just shooting people through the floor. Blatantly cheating. And then in the next round, we see one of the enemy players start cheating. So now, starting in this round, the shut your bitch ass up username starts blatantly cheating too. So he claims to be a white knight. According to the submitter, he was talking about it in the voice chat or text chat or something. He said, I'm going to start cheating because that guy's cheating. So we have a white knight cheater. Because apparently the mentality is now that since, you know, he should be banned easily because Ubisoft should be able to ban him easily. But the mentality is like, oh, since Ubisoft won't do it, I gotta take matters into my own hands. And then they'll deal with the cheaters how they see fit. This is never good. You never want the community to be the one to say, like, I'm gonna take care of this myself, because then everyone else gets punished, which is just bad. This also shows the lack of trust in Ubisoft. I'm sure this guy cheats more than just white knighting, but this unfortunately does show the lack in trust of Ubisoft, where people are like, I'd rather just cheat and get rid of the cheaters than let Ubisoft take care of them. Check the first round, see if he was already cheating. True, because he did get 3 kills. But I believe in the submission, let me pull it up just to be safe. I think he said right off the bat that he already knew the enemy player was cheating. Grizzly Pincher right off the bat had a teammate who played against the 11 guy in a previous game and said he was blatantly cheating. So then the teammate said, I will toggle on. So he might have already been cheating off the bat, but someone on the orange team called out that that person was cheating right away. So it's very likely that he would have been like, okay, I'll toggle on right now. Yeah, like he's already toggled on. If you're going to white knight these days with toggle cheats, why not just kill the cheater and toggle off? That's why we also talk about how some people probably just claim to be white knights, but they actually cheat all the time. Which is probably what we're seeing here. I'm sure if we look up this guy's stats, he's going to have some crazy stats as well. Because, like, at the end of the day, they're not turning on their cheats just because someone else is cheating. That doesn't happen. It's just like the people who claim where they're like, you know, if the police aren't going to stop this crime, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. And it's like they claim it's for, like, betterment, but, like, it's not. At the end of the day, they just want power. They want to win. That's all it is. Which is what's happening here. This guy claims that he's doing it for the betterment of the group or whatever, but he's not. He's just cheating to cheat. Because, yeah, he's, like, locking on to someone who's not even the cheater, by the way. It's not like he's just trying to get rid of the cheater. He's just trying to kill anyone now. There was something... there's a lot of video ideas I've had, but I'll never end up doing because, you know, I'm not going to cheat. There are a lot of video ideas of how I would want to make content around, like, cheating. Like, being a cheater or whatever, but obviously I'm not going to do that because it's bad. But one thing I've always thought of was, like, I wonder how interesting it would be to see from the perspective, like, of someone trying to make content out of it, how long you can go white knight cheating, like, actually white knight cheating, without being banned. but it would be one of those like impossible things. Like you would never be able to do it because you would never know for sure if you're white knighting appropriately or not, which is what any white knight cheat is like. They always think they're only doing it when there's cheaters, but 100% they cheat when there's no one there and they're just claiming it is. By the way, the original cheater wins, the 11. Like no matter what, I don't know, the content just wouldn't work. I'm curious if he's gonna go hunt the cheater specifically, like the white knight. He is. He's looking for him. He got the other cheater. Burner count time. It's not about burner counts, but it's also like, obviously I want to have good relationships with UB and work with them in the future, so having a series where I cheat would not be good. But I've thought of a lot of ideas on type of cheat stuff that I think would be interesting. I have one idea. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, because this is something that I would want to keep fully secret if we ever ended up doing it. But I have an idea for, I think, a video so crazy that there's zero chance that Ubisoft would ever approve it. But I want to try it. I'll maybe talk to UB about it at the next event. So, cheater, the original cheater wins. The one who's been cheating for 2 games wins. We do have his real name, which is Gibby_era. He went from a peak plat, but more so locked into like gold player, to champ with a 1.6 KD and 240 matches. I want to know if there's like, do you think there's like a limitation on what you could do for stat bans to be like, this person went from a silver to a champ? Like, that should be pretty easy to be like, hey, this person went up more than 4 ranks in 1 season, ban them. Because no one actually does that. Especially if you've played 300 matches and you know you're in plat. Like, you're not going from plat to champ in 1 season as a legit player. So I don't know why they can't do that, or if there's a limitation, or maybe it's just it's prone to too many errors. Maybe someone could go from just being a normal player to like try-harding and then going crazy and boosting up, but I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to do, to implement. By the way, he does play with a few people who I'm sure he's now boosting. Don't know how he's not banned. Alright, last match of the day. Before we get into the match, someone said, I would love to hear what a cheater would have to say when it comes to cheating, or when it comes to them playing ridiculous amounts of games without being banned. Like, is there a method to not being banned? Other content creators have talked about that, doing like interviews with cheaters, but the issue is at the end of the day, if you ever try to give cheaters a platform and give them a chance to explain why they think something or why they do something, it's just going to motivate more people to cheat, which is why people don't do it. Not a good idea. Because you also, I think we can all agree, cheaters across the board are just fucking bad at games. Like, there aren't good cheaters. If you were good at a game, you wouldn't have to cheat. You only cheat if you're bad. But then by, like, you know, letting them explain themselves and almost like humanizing them, because they're not humans, but by humanizing them, you make other people be like, you know what, this guy's not wrong. I should do that. I should cheat just like him, because he's just trying to be a good guy. So no. Anyways, in this match we have QQT Dota, who's accusing Benefu, the bandit. If this guy's also cheating, this would be the 4th or 5th one in this stream alone that was just using their plain name instead of a stir mode. Because we had Shadusp earlier, and then Debbie Clark, Benefu, and then Debbie Clark was also boosting I'm on my period, who wasn't even using a stir mode name. These people don't even care. They're not hiding it. Does UB IP ban cheaters? No, because IP bans don't do anything. IP bans, I always try to use like a shopping example. Let's say you have a shoplifter in your store, right? And they're wearing a red t-shirt. An IP ban would be like saying, instead of banning the person, you ban people from wearing red shirts in your store. So then the shoplifter can come back and just wear a different shirt, and he can shoplift again. That's why you don't IP ban. And a lot of people think IP bans are really good. They're not. You can literally change your IP ban by just like restarting your modem. I know ISPs have been changing a little bit recently where they're making it where you have to have like a consistent IP and you can call to get it changed, but at the end of the day, it's not going to change much because you can always get a new IP. Yeah, IP bans are not good. I know that's the #1 suggestion a lot of people give, but not good. And then the other suggestion is hardware ID bans, but hardware ID bans are unfortunately very spoofable. Hardware ID, basically all of the hardware in your computer has an ID attached to it, and you're the only one with that ID, but you can get software that can spoof it, make it look like something else. Okay, so far it does not look like he's cheating. Bro just looked a little lost. Okay, let's keep watching Benefew. This would be really refreshing if we got one match where this person was not cheating. Just because, like, not to say it's been boring, but I do think Hacker Replay recently has been a lot more like, damn, everyone's cheating, more cheaters. Not as many fun or interesting cheats, not as many false accusations, just blatant cheats all around. He didn't even notice they were behind him. Wait. Please. Well, the floors kind of did what... Oh. He didn't time it perfectly, but he does the same thing that me, Evan, and Cross always do. Scuba, through the tunnel, into bathroom. Man after my heart. Because he sneaks in, and yeah, the smoke has no idea who's the accused player. I don't think this guy's cheating, but maybe he toggles on. Cheaters on console are blamed too. And they'll even admit when you ask them to, because they seem to feel invincible. That is unfortunately a big issue. Because when it comes to console in general, like Microsoft, Sony, but also the game developers themselves have a very hard time tracking and banning people, or if they can even ban people for using device cheating, like Sim, Chronos, Strike Pack, whatever. Because it technically is against like the terms of service. You're not allowed to use it, but how do they find it? How do they do it? I know like PlayStation 5, I think it was, and maybe the Xbox, the new Xbox. I can't remember what it's called. It was a terrible name. But I believe they both were trying to implement where like you can only use Microsoft or Sony registered products, which would mean that the developer of the hardware would have to register it with Microsoft and Sony to be usable, and then they could get rid of more cheats or devices. But I always heard that about PS5, but I don't think that works anymore. I think people found a way around it. By the way, they have lost 3 rounds in a row, so I think if there was ever a time to turn on your cheats as the Ash, I think now would be the time. Just being down 3-0, not great. Some might even call this a losing position. Let his teammate die. Oh, and he missed every single shot on the bandit there. Not a single bullet connected. I'm not gonna lie, even though they're down 0-3, I don't feel like he is cheating. He is pre-firing a lot like this, but he's missing a lot. Like, he doesn't actually know where to shoot. He keeps hitting door frames and window frames. And I know he got that kill on Tubarao, but I do think that was more lucky than anything. That was also just really stupid. He Ash searched the mirror instead of just punching it. keeps trying to like jiggle peek a lot, but it's not really seeing anyone, which is why he kept tap firing a lot. I will say he does play a lot more confidently on attack than defense. I don't really understand what he's doing down here. I don't know how this benefits him in any way. I say I feel like he's just wasting time. Panicked like crazy. Wins. I don't think he's cheating. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the submission was that he's like, we were up 3-0 and then this guy toggled and they beat us. Because I assume Orange team now wins 5 rounds in a row. Which, I mean, if I was up 3-0 and lost 5-3, I'd maybe be a little bit suspicious too. But I don't... Hold up. I was gonna say, I don't think he's cheating, and then I saw a little something there. So he pushes up here. I can't tell if he was lining up the person and thought that they were going to peek that door, or if that was just coincidence. So this guy is throwing a nade or proxy alarm, and then he flicks back on him. But, like, is he looking at the door, or is he looking at the person? I can't tell. And then he aims here, but the window's already open, so it's perfectly reasonable to react like that. You know what I'm not looking forward to? After Hacker Replay, I'm going to play Siege, and this is going to be the first time of me playing Siege in, like, almost a week. I'm going to be so bad. He doesn't seem to know what he wants to do. He seems lost. And then he saves his teammate. I don't think he's cheating. Actually, wait. I looked over at chat for 1 second, and then it looked like he was trying to shoot at this person on lower bridge. Oh, he's just kind of spraying everywhere. But then he keeps aiming towards the Oryx, and was aiming at him through the wall. Radio room hallway. Is this radio room hallway, or is that over here? Because Osa's on a drone, but I don't think it's this drone. It has red lights, but don't they all have red lights? Yeah. Or does that mean someone's on it? I think it does. Okay. So Osa's on that one. Maybe the pings just didn't show up in replay. That would make more sense. That makes sense why they were like shooting at him through the wall. They naded him, they tracked him and everything. They knew he was there because Osa was on the drone and called it out. So I could understand that suspicion. Like, imagine being that Oryx and being like, I'm hidden in this corner, and then they know exactly where I am and they're shooting at me through the wall. Maybe that's where the accusation was coming from as well. Especially after being up 3-0 and then losing 2 rounds in a row, you'd probably be like, man, these guys seem to have just turned it on. The outline show which drones have someone on it? No, it doesn't, because even though no one's on this drone, it still has an outline. That one has an outline, this one has an outline. And those are 3 drones, but there's only 2 people on drones. The outlines just show where the drone is, which is convenient because then we can actually find out if someone was on a drone watching. Clearly they did not call out because Fink is checking all the wrong places. That was fine. I don't think they're cheating. We will have to do our due diligence and watch the last few rounds. Because, like, what if he turned on his cheats in overtime just to make sure they win, right? I doubt it, but you never know. Huh. That is... either very lucky or he maybe has cheats. Because Wamai was standing like right here. This is not a common spot to pre-fire because who the fuck stands there? But I also many times on, not on this rappel, but over here, have like shot over here thinking that's where the boxes are because I always forget where the boxes are. So maybe he just got lucky. He also did, after he got the kill, he kind of like looked around a little bit. Not too much, but like looked like he was surprised. Also, remember to think of the perspective from the blue team. So you were just up 3-0. This guy wallbangs your Wamai, and he also went from being 0-3 to now 7-3. He has not died on attack, and he's gotten 7 kills in a row. If you easily win 3-0 in the first half on the worst side, because attack is the worst side on Canal, and the enemy team does the exact same thing and pops off, I can understand the suspicion. Also, because this lobby does not seem to be crazy high, I would probably put this at like gold or plat, is my guess. Especially with no reaction like that. So, I can see them being like, well, this guy seemed to just get really good out of nowhere. Okay, what did he shoot at the beginning there? I looked at chat for a second. Just shot at nothing. His recoil control and aim is still not the greatest. I just think he's managed to get more kills than his team because his team is just worse. Yeah, like he panics there. And then Bandit C4'd himself. How does that even happen? Okay, so Bandit gets into the gunfight with the accused cheater. Misses a bunch. Please don't tell me he just threw the C4 in the wall and blew it up immediately. He almost got him. Yeah, with like stuff like that, I just think this is not the greatest of lobbies. Like, it's got to be gold or plat. And I can understand why they would be suspicious of that, especially being a lower rank. You're going to be suspicious that someone else is cheating, but I don't think they are. That's unfortunate. I didn't even see that. Yeah, I mean, it's fair, but like, again, I can understand their hesitation and being like, nah, this guy seems to have just gone really good, especially when you factor in the lower ranks. Again, I would guess gold plat for this lobby. I don't think much higher than that would make sense. I was trying to copy how he died in round 2 when Floors went through the tunnel when the accused cheater was smoke. Dude, tunnel, it always works. No one ever expects it. Oh yeah, I 100% agree. I don't think he had any idea that someone was on Skybridge when he killed Womai. I think that was very lucky. I can understand the suspicion, but I think it was just luck more than anything. Did he shoot? No, he didn't shoot that. I shot it. See, like, and there, it looked like he was trying to shoot the Vigil through the wall, but I think he just doesn't know the angles. I don't think he realized where the top of the stairs was. He was shooting at the bottom of the stairs, or like, what's it called? Like there. We will watch the last round just in case, but again, I don't think he is cheating. Could you imagine we look at his stats and he goes from like a silver to a champ in one season? He actually was cheating this whole time, and he just fucking tricked us? Imagine. As someone who plays in gold and plat lobbies, this feels more like bronze and silver. See, I always want to say that, but this is kind of why I wanted to bring back Guess Your Rank, even with rank 2.0. But I'm just so bad at guessing ranks. Like, I understand how my lobbies play, and that's about it. Like there, he just had, Ash had a free kill on Jaeger, and they both just whiffed on each other. He gets 3 kills at the end here. I actually hate the new projection line stuff because I just start using it instead of just throwing it like normal and the lines are just wrong half the time. That's a crazy claim because I genuinely think in all of the time that I've spent using it, I don't think I've ever had the lines be wrong. The only time it could be wrong, but it makes sense, is when the projectile hits, like if it's a larger thing, it hits a surface. But that's pretty rare. He is still holding Ash here, by the way. I don't think he has any reason to... Actually, the diffuser's down, and you probably heard Ash get off the drone. Kind of makes sense, but... that was a reaction, and then a lot of missed shots. Let's see, last kill. Not suspicious, and then the last person looks like saves the KD, does not push in. He is not cheating. If he is cheating, I will eat a shoe. Benefew. Emerald? That's what emerald lobbies look like? Ah. Okay, so. We won't necessarily say boosting, because you can play with friends of any rank. He is playing with very low rank friends. A peak bronze 4, and then I don't know if any of the other people are with him or not. No, it looks like it was just that guy. So he's playing with a very low rank friend. So it makes sense that the lobby seems pretty bad, and I would assume that him playing with his low rank friend is giving him easier lobbies, which then allows him to rank up, because he's definitely, in my eyes, not an emerald. I don't think he's cheating. I think he's just taking advantage of the bad system. Because in my opinion, here's how rank should work. A lot of people will disagree with me. Here's my take. Because this is proved popular in other games, or at least that it works in other games. I'm going to say this right off the bat. Everyone's going to hate me. You should not be allowed to queue with friends or multiple friends in ranked above like platinum. Maybe emerald and above would be like the cutoff. You should only be able to like solo or duo queue emerald and above. I know that would suck. I fully agree. But I do think that people playing with groups of people really affects the matchmaking and then makes ranked even more pointless because the ranks don't mean anything. But then you'd have to combo that with ranked limiters. You can only play with someone one rank above or below you. But then you'd have to combo that with something that I think everyone would like. Get rid of hidden MMR. Hidden MMR fucking sucks. Everyone hates it. And then on top of all that, this is something I've said for years. I think it's been like 5 years now I've been saying this. Matchmake off the highest rank. If I'm a champ and I'm playing with my friend Ben, who is a bronze player at best, matchmake us only in champ lobbies. And people might think, well, that's kind of shitty. Then your friend can't ever learn. Play unranked. Play casual. Teach them there. Don't ruin other people's ranked lobbies by playing with your shitty friends in a high rank. Or do it and have them just die, and that's how they'll learn. But matchmaking should always be based off the highest rank in the group. I don't know why Ubisoft doesn't do it. Originally, they just did like a mixed elo, like the average, and now they changed it to have the like 6 ghost phantom player or whatever, but that hasn't really worked either. Because as we can see, in this lobby, he's an emerald, his friend is a bronze, but they still only got like bronze people. This guy probably is more like silver or gold, but then they just went against 4 golds. Like that's not very good. It's just a bad lobby. So I think they can make a lot of changes to rank that would be good. Will they ever do that? No, they won't. And that sucks. That's crazy because that's exactly what Rivals does and everybody is up in arms about it. People always complain about it at first, but then you have games like Valorant and League where they've done that, where they have all these limiting factors for ranked, and people complain at first and then they're like, no, this is actually good for the game. And it makes games feel more competitive. Yes, it would suck if we want to play as a stack, but we can just play unranked. We do that already. Oh, I think those are all good changes. I'm sure majority of the community would disagree, but I think that's how they fix ranked.